I wonder if they could put any more cones here. This has got to be the funniest temporary sidewalk repair I've ever seen. Pieces of broken concrete with asphalt stuffed in between. Looks like they put in probably for a light pole. Yeah, because there's a light pole over here. Very interesting. Anyway, I'm going to be making another little trip. The light should change soon because it's school time. There we go. So we'll go ahead and okay. Push the button. The thing isn't working. They must have disconnected the button. Oh well. There's another one of those crazy patch jobs. Incredible. I've never seen that before. And I actually worked for a company years ago that installed traffic signals and never had that happen. So, you probably noticed I'm not using my phone mount. The chest mount is broken. Oh, did I lose? Felt like I lost one of the grips off the old bicycle. Let me see if that just fell off. Parts are always falling off of this thing. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Oh well. Let's see. Nope. I don't see it. Oh well. Gotta get some new ones anyway. Alright. So what am I doing today? Well, I'm actually doing something that I need to do for the trip I want to make next week. As you know, thanks to some of my subscribers, people that you know, I am going to be able to go to the Hack Your Health conference in Tampa. Now, you probably know that I'm not a big fan of big get-togethers, and from what I understand, this is a pretty big one. There'll be a lot going on. And again, I've never been to any carnivore meetups or anything even related to the carnivore or keto diet. So this is going to be a first for me. Now, what I did, I was hoping that maybe my truck would be ready. I could drive over there, but the more I thought about it, I realized there's just no way. Someone's got a tractor sitting here. That's interesting. There's just no way that I would have been able to get that ready. And the other thing is, it's like a 4-hour or more drive. And that can be a real problem. And with the old tires I got and the old batteries and who knows what else, and it's still not running, there's zero chance of me driving there. So I decided I'll just go on the bus. Got the bus ticket over the weekend. But the bus actually leaves from the airport. And I don't live anywhere near the airport. So I got to get from here in my neighborhood in Westwood Lakes to the Miami airport. And the bus leaves, I guess, from the second floor of the airport terminal. So I'm not going to drive there. You don't want to be parking at the airport. I'm not going to take my bike there. Where in the world would I put a suitcase? I mean, I'm sure I could get a taxi, or like a lot of people do, the Uber or whatever they call that crap. But you know me, I'm poor. I'm cheap anyway, even if I had the money. Look at all the duckies. Hello, duckies. Look at the duckies. Cute duckies. Love duckies. There's another ducky. Fresh duck. Look at Mr. Ducky. Don't go in the road. I'm going down the slope here. So, I'm going to use something I haven't used in a while. The Miami-Dade Transit Bus. Yeah. Along this road, it used to be bus 112, now it's bus 107. This bus goes up to the mall, and then at the mall, you can take the bus that goes to the airport. I know the airport's a pretty big place. I have no idea where the bus leaves you off and how far you have to walk. And I haven't even got my hands on a suitcase, although I know I got some. It's in my inventory list. I actually have 3 of them. So I'm pretty confident that with enough searching, I'll be able to find the silly thing. But if not, I'll try to hit some more yard sales on the weekend. Didn't have any. Oh, there's an iguana. The car stopped over there for a gigantic iguana. Oh, I see they're putting in a driveway here in the new house that they added on and put in rental rooms. Gotta have a place to park all the cars. Where did that iguana go? I also stop for iguanas. The problem is I stop my vehicle, I get out of the vehicle, and I grab the iguana. Even if I'm riding a bike, I'll still grab the iguana, as anyone that sees my video probably knows. All right, let's see if we can get through here in one piece, maybe. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I gotta go to the Enemies Center, otherwise known as the Code Enforcement, Building Permit, and Government Services Building, which, by the way, is going to be moved to an old office building, which coincidentally is an office building that I moved a lot of people into and out of in the last few years. Anyway, every one of these houses has illegal efficiencies and all kinds of stuff. This is crazy. There's one of the rare non-illegal places. We got multiple cars. Every yard here is like a parking lot. That's how people afford to live in this overinflated but low-wage city. So what I got to do, I got to find out why my old bus card doesn't work. Most likely, they just updated it. I did have some money in the account, which I do have proof of, so now I have to battle them and see if they're going to credit me for the money I put in. Now, the last time I rode the bus was when my mom was in the hospital. She was down at Jackson, and that was back in 2020, if I remember correctly. 2019 or 2020, I don't really remember. But that was the last time that I rode the bus. So now, I'm going to try to get that where it'll work. And then one day in the next week or so, I'm going to take a test run to the airport. I'm going to go over there, try to get there. I need to leave there at 9, so I'll go there earlier, try to see if there is a way that I can get there in time. Still working? Yes, it is. And hopefully it'll be a smooth travel from my home, where the bus bench, these bus benches are here at the end of my street. I can get on that and then ride down to the mall and then to the airport. That will be interesting. I'm going to try to document as much of the trip as I can. And also, on the bus, they say they have Wi-Fi, so that'll be good. I can spend a lot of time catching up on videos, and I don't think it's fast enough for a live stream, but I can try. Of course, you can't really talk too much when you're riding on the bus, but we'll see. I'll probably save the live stream for the actual event. I got my couple of phones. I don't know how much data I can actually save. I cleared out all my old videos, and I'm not sure how much space there might be. 60 gigabytes or something on that old phone that I can use. So we'll see. But anyway, all things considered, it's going to be quite an experience. Again, I haven't left Miami since 2005. I'm probably extreme in this world. I don't think anyone has gone 20 years without ever going on any kind of trip. obviously, I don't go on vacation. Don't have the money for it. And when I was taking care of my parents, that was 10 years I really couldn't go anywhere, even if I did have the money. So, yep, this will be different. If other people were not helping me go there, you could be sure I would not go. I would take whatever money it would cost and I would invest it in something else. Probably new tires for my truck or more meat to eat. I'd find something else. But what can you do? Oh boy. But yeah, this isn't too far of a trip. I probably could have made this trip in 7 minutes in the old van, but I got a bad tire on the right. It's a little bit on the bumpy side, and I don't want to push it. I figure I'll drive it only when I need to work until, I'm getting some money saved. I should be able to pay my property tax this month, usually near the end of November, pay the bill. Bill hasn't come yet, but it'll be there. It's one thing they always do is send the bill. And once that's paid, then I'll have to start saving for next year. But I'll take a little bit of extra money and, like I said, I'll put it into the truck. Maybe new batteries, what else? Could be a lot of things. I really don't know. But whatever it takes to get it running. Looks like they may have gotten this road open now. Last time I was here, the road was still closed. Or it may just be closed in a different spot. That might be what it is. The sign still says road closed ahead. Anyway, let's see. We're moving along slowly but surely. Looks like the light's going to change. So what I want to do, like I said, I'll get this transit pass all straightened out, and then I'll do a practice run, make sure I get to the airport, and then on Friday in the morning I'll head over there and hopefully get on the bus. Won't be delayed too much, and somewhere around 2 p.m. that day I will be in Tampa over at the university at the bus stop, and then one of my friends will take me over to the center where they're doing the convention. So I'll miss the early part of it, but I should be there for the rest of it. Plus there's Saturday and Sunday. All right, yeah, this road is still closed. What fun. I see they're digging the trench. They got the trench protection thing over there. Dig it away. We got the loader. We got skid steer with the broom. That works. Must be somebody new. Yep, most likely. I have one of those brooms for my Bobcat. They're really, really handy. They're taking their time filling in this pipe. I guess one side closed? No, I guess the whole road is completely closed off. All right. They'll probably open up half of it later on when they finish the job. There's not that many people working here. Makes you wonder if they maybe have the employees on another job. Anyway, now this part is open. So this trip is going to be something new for me, and I'll be really happy to see how many people I meet there. It's going to be really interesting to see who I recognize, who recognizes me. I have a feeling that a lot of people will recognize me, and I'm going to recognize a lot of people as well. Now, what I've been thinking about last few days, obviously I think about people that I knew and some people that are still around now that seem to suffer needlessly through poor lifestyle choices, bad habits such as alcohol, cigarettes, and eating junk food, or as I call it, duck food. And you know that one of the terms that I'm associated with is duck food. I also call myself a quack. I call my diet the heart attack diet. Some people might call me the heart attack quack. I'm very much into having fun in the lifestyle. I've seen a lot of people today complaining that some of their carnivore influencers are promoting carbohydrates like it's something really bad. Well, this is a trend that's been going on for a while. We know that one of the early carnivore promoters, Paul Saladino, he jumped into the carbohydrate bandwagon a while back. He put in his fruit and honey and turned himself into Fruit and Honey Boy, which, as you probably know, is not a compliment. Somebody calls you a fruit, not a good thing. But Saladino is just one of a long list of people who have been talking about adding carbohydrates to their diet. And the problem is, a lot of them, they use actual, truthful information. They bring up stories that there's a lot of people that live long, healthy lives, and they eat carbohydrates regularly in the form of fruits and vegetables. There's even people that eat processed foods like bread and live a long, healthy life. So the fact of the matter is that some people, not all of them obviously, but some people are able to live just fine on a mixed diet, including carbohydrates. Does that mean that everyone should do so? Of course not. That's a terrible idea. Some people have damaged their metabolism to such an extent that any carbohydrates could be a minefield that could destroy them. So it's very important to understand this. People give advice based on ideas they have. It's up to you whether or not to take that advice. You could blame somebody for giving you bad advice, but is it really their fault? Well, no. Unless they forced you to do whatever the advice was, you've actually taken responsibility for it yourself. And that is a key point that a lot of people just don't want to admit. Now, one of these days, I want to do a video about different types of leadership and ideas and the way the world works. And I want to stress the fact that the majority of people, they are looking for some type of assistance in what they do. There may be a certain amount of responsibility to be shared. These are super old. Look at this thing. These are the old walk lights. They used to have a light that would light up when you push the button. I didn't even know any of these were still there. They used to say, wait. I had one of these set up at my house when I used to work with traffic signals. I had a collection. You may have seen some of the pictures I have in my community page showing my backyard with traffic lights in it. But anyway, it's really important that whenever you make a decision, even if you take the advice of somebody else, you don't think that that person that gives you the advice is going to accept responsibility for anything that goes wrong. No matter what you do, you'll see a lot of videos, they give a warning. This information is for entertainment or educational purposes only. They can't give you medical advice. Even if the person is an actual doctor, it's not medical advice. It's for entertainment and informational value. And in many ways, not only does it protect someone from some liability, although there's nothing keeping people from suing other people, the only thing that really seems to be effective is when they know you have nothing and that suing you would be a waste of time. Well, here we are next to the Carraway Canal And we usually have a duck nest. I know the duck nest was over there by those trees. Looks like the grass hasn't been cut for a while. So hopefully the duck nest is still here. Let's see. Where was that nest? It was here somewhere. I don't see the nest. It was here. All right. There's the nest. Hello, duckies. Look at Mama Duckies. Hello. You want to see two beautiful Muscovy duckies? Hey, guys. Look at those. Now, see, there's no eggs, so something must have attacked. Oh, there's an egg. There's an egg. I see one egg. You guys do not look happy. You look like you're going to attack. But you also probably know that attacking me is a waste of time. I do see one egg. I don't want to disturb you. But it seems like you two keep trying to have babies and you keep losing them. I don't know if the raccoons are getting your nest, but I think what I need to do with both of you, I need to grab you two and bring you to my house and set up a nest box so you can lay cute little duck eggs, and then you can hatch a bunch of beautiful ducklings, because you're both beautiful ducks. Look at how cute you are. You'll make nice ducklings. Instead of being over here by the canal, have to worry about glyphosate and all the other stuff. Anyway, I'm going to leave you two alone while I go over to the county and try to get my bus pass settled. Enjoy. Cute. I love those duckies. I've had emails from people saying, why are you so mean to the duckies? Well, I've saved the lives of more ducks in this town than anybody else I know. Everything from ducklings that fell down the drain, to injured ducks, to sick ducks. And I take pride in that because I really do love the ducks, and I would never want to live in a place like this that didn't have any Muscovy ducks. Even though the government basically hates them, and many people want them eliminated. A lot of these developments that have homeowners associations, they pay big money for people to come and kill the ducks, and it's just really frustrating because I love the ducks. I'm one person that just loves ducks. There's nothing like a friendly Muscovy duck coming over, begging for duck food. And it's great because when somebody's trying to eat that crap, they tell them, don't put that in your body, give it to the ducks. Oh, look at the wild chickens. Chicken. Here comes the parking lot chicken. Mostly looks like roosters. Look at all the roosters. There we go. Good old parking lot chicken. There are a lot of wild chickens here. One of the great things about being in a tropical climate like this, I mean, it's already November, and we have chickens running around. Someone's over there playing the bongos. Okay, quackers, cluckers, or whatever you are. Anyway, let me get back on track here. I'm going to do something that I almost never do in this flat place we call Florida, and that's a hill climb. The only hill we have in the neighborhood is this Coralway Bridge. So what we're going to do ourselves a little cycling sprint. Oh wow, look at the duckies. Hello, duckies. Oh, beautiful ducks. 3 of them, 1 male and 2 females. Okay. Oh, there's another ducky. Oh, that's an anhinga. Look at that. This looks like an anhinga bird. There it goes. Flying away. It was there in the weeds. I felt a couple of drops of rain. Feels like it's going to rain after all. A lot of ducks. Love the ducks. Anyway, let's see if we can cross this without getting run over. All right. You have to be a mind reader to get across this street. I think I got it. There we go. All right. We got to do one more crossing, and then we'll do the hill climb. The best part about the hill climb is the way down. Anyway, so let's go ahead and do that now. You know that I like to ride my bike at a relaxed pace so I can speak normally. I don't sound like I'm out of breath. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go up to the hill and then we're going to start pedaling. All right, now you can already feel it's starting to slow down. So we're going to pedal harder, try to get up this hill. This is probably about 40 feet above the ground. I'm not sure exactly what the pitch is, the slope. I'd have to measure this. Maybe one day I'll bring a level out here and try to calculate it. My laser level's broken. As you can see, I'm not going very fast. So let's get up here and get some leverage. Let's get this thing moving. This is what I call a cycle sprint. And there we go. So we're moving pretty good now. I can feel the legs already starting to hurt a little bit. One thing about me, I will strain my muscles before I get out of breath. Oh, that's much better. I've reached the crest. From now on, it's going to be easy going. So what I'm going to do is just let off and start coasting. There's the government office over there. There's the turnpike I'm going over. And here I go. We're moving. This is almost like having an e-bike, except it's free. Now, what I'm going to try to do, if I build up too much speed, things can get pretty dicey. But I'm going to go ahead and do it, and just max it out, see how fast I can go. This is just from gravity. As you can see, I'm already going past the office. But here we go. Go around the obstacles. Still got plenty of energy. So what I need to do now is to apply the brake and go over here by the Pollo Tropical. And that's it. There we are. I could definitely feel a little bit of stuff going on in the legs there. So that was definitely a bit more than usual. Not too many people speak English anymore. I guess it's obsolete in this town. Anyway, another one of these medical centers. We got tons of them. A lot of sick people. You look at the waiting room's always full. This also does it has Access Florida, which is for people like me that don't have any money. Of course, they won't give that to me for some reason. Probably because I haven't had a regular job in years. That's what you get for taking care of your parents. Anyway, here we go. I made it here. Not too bad. There's a bicycle rack here, but I don't remember if there's one near the county office, so we'll find out. It's nice to come here and not have to be battling with code enforcement like I always do. At least now it's for something more mundane. And again, they will be moving this place in a year or so to a new location. All right. Bike rack. Where is the bike rack? There it is. Well, they do have one here. Excellent. Well, I got to give the county credit. At least they give you a place for your bike. All right. Isn't it great living in a third world country? Yes, it is. All right. Hopefully this thing will stay upright. It should.
un sueldazo. Eso es lo que me tiene emputada. Yo paso todo el día diciendo, cucarachero este.
Hello. Where's the bus where you can get a bus a pass?
Your wrist. You're gonna sign in right there at the clipboard, and then you're gonna go to window 5.
5? All right.
There you are. We can get Jimmy's drinks later.
You signed up on both of them?
No, I'm just checking to see if you were here.
All right. Okay. Let's see. 311 Service Center. Hello. I don't know, I can't seem to reload this Easy Card anymore. Did they change them?
Okay, this is a regular Easy Card, right?
Yeah.
Do you have it registered?
I did, but I don't remember what the login was. I went online, but the number says it doesn't show.
Okay, so then you have to call the Easy Card Center.
Mm-hmm.
They are the ones that handle that. Their number, if you want to write it down,
Mm-hmm.
it's 786
Mm-hmm.
469
Mm-hmm.
5151.
Okay.
So if the car is damaged by any chance or anything like that, whatever you have on it, you will be able to transfer it to a new card. You will just most likely will have to get a new card.
Okay. Well, how do I get a new card? Does they...
Any Metro Rail, Metro Mover station,
Mm-hmm.
any station from the Metro Rail.
They don't do
have
that
to keep
here?
Vending machines.
Oh, they don't have any around here?
No, sir, not anymore. They used to have it on the markets and stuff like that. But
Yeah, they used to have one in Navarro.
Yeah, no, not anymore. They
No?
remove all of those.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, now you have to go to a Metro Rail station, or you know where there might be one in the stop right there in the college. What's the name? Actually, here.
FIU?
FIU.
Oh, there's one in
There
FIU.
is a big bus stop right there at FIU. I think there is a machine right there.
I'm going to check that out.
Okay? Check it out because that will be a lot closer. And get a new card. The card costs about, before you get the new card, call the number. Make sure that your card is working.
Okay.
And if it's not, then you just have to get one.
All right. Thank you. Interesting. All right, that's interesting. Okay. All right. Well, this is quite interesting. Put this on there. Oh, it's always fun. So, probably they can't help me. They don't have it anymore. Dade County is a wonderful place, isn't it? All right. Still working? Yes. Still working. All right. Okay. My bicycle seat is coming loose. The bracket is broken, so I'll have to get the welder out and fix that. All right. So FIU might have one. I'm gonna try that. I'm already out here, I might as well try it. All I gotta do today is pressure cleaning. All right, glad I didn't waste my gas driving out here. I tried to call them, but nobody ever answers. Okay. All right. All right, now I need to go I gotta go to the other side. FIU's on the other side of the bridge, so that means there we got the code enforcement cars. That'd be a good time to add a little present to some of these cars with a nice little remote control. Oops. It goes from being a code car into a pile of scrap metal in an instant. I'm sure they all have cameras inside of them. They put this sign that says, "Notice, audio and video recording may be in progress." Because they probably know that a lot of people would love to get even with these good-for-nothing code people, because they're basically just trying to steal your money. They don't care about you. But that's okay. Sooner or later, everybody has to face judgment for what they did. And taking advantage of people is not something that I think anyone upstairs would appreciate. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a little shortcut here, as long as we don't crash. And we're going to go back up the hill. And you can see the hill right here. Now, where is FIU? FIU is right over the bridge into the park. You've already been there before. This is still running. You can see it. So let's go ahead and let's go back to another cycling sprint. So we're going to get the bicycle. We're starting to go up the slope. Everything's good. And I'm going into the wind as well, so it may be a little bit windier than it should be. But let's see. I'm losing speed. Just don't have enough. Now, I think I could probably downshift a little bit. Yeah, that's about as... Okay. And it kind of helps. But it's going to be very slow going. So I'm going to go ahead and upshift. And let me go ahead and give it a little bicycle sprint. So let's see if we can get ourselves exhausted to the point where we breathe hard. So we're going to go as fast as we can. All right, here we go. Come on. Yeah, that's going good. Okay. What the heck? I think I'm giving myself a wedgie. That's not good. All right. Come on. You can do it. Well, we're reaching the crest almost. This side seems to have a bit more of a slope. I am definitely giving myself a wedgie. We don't want to do that. All right. My seat is loose. Everything's falling apart. So, there we go. All right. Okay. Not bad. I don't think this is really as much of a challenge. I'm going to have to find a longer bridge. Now, we do have the Rickenbacker Causeway. I haven't been there in decades. Maybe one day I'll do that. When I get to the point where I'm getting ready to move out of Miami, I think what I'm going to start doing, like Miami tour videos. Hopefully by then I'll have a better camera. I'll set up, maybe I'll put a helmet camera or something, and I'll just do different tours of this area and the city, which I almost never go to. Nothing but smoke and pollution. It's just terrible. Maybe I can make it here without getting run over. Let's see. All right. Yep, I think I made it. Look at that. So I'm still running on gravity. I haven't pedaled yet. We're going to head over to Florida International University by way of Tamiami Park. Oh, is that car coming? No, it isn't. All right. So anyway, let's get this thing. Look at Ducky. Hello, Ducky Wutties. Fresh duck. Look at the duck flapping. Doing a ducky bath. Love the duckies. So when I move, wherever I move to, I think you can raise Muscovy ducks anywhere in the U.S. It's just in colder climates, they may need a little protection, but set up a duck house and get them used to it. You just have to keep the babies out of the cold weather. The adult ducks, they're just fine. There's the chickens. All right. No pets, whatever. They're not pets, they're just ducks. I know there used to be a shortcut here. And of course, it's usually closed off, everything. Authorized vehicles only. Well, do not enter. Come on, people. This is supposed to be a public park. Why do you always do stupid things like this? No big deal. I could care less. It's one of the great things about a bicycle. You can go wherever. There's not a whole lot that anyone can do. They can chase you out, but this goes right through here. All right. Anyway, I see this kind of goes through. I get through my shortcut one way or the other. Let's see. I think this is the other shortcut. Been a while since I've been here. I'll figure it out. There we go. Okay. Just have to do a little off-roading, that's all. We'll head over there to FIU. There's the opening. I guess it's still here. People playing ball or whatever they do. Yeah, this is still here. So anyway, let's see if I can get this straightened out. If not, oh well, it's back to the phone. Trying to get through, which is not easy. Okay. We're getting there. Taking the scenic route. Soccer Academy. I guess they've turned all these into different fields. When I was a kid, this whole section was just the abandoned runways, a lot of open space. There wasn't this park here either. And we used to come here with our go-karts and go riding around. Sometimes even ATCs if the cops didn't see us. There's a squirrel. Hello, squirrely. There goes a squirrel. Hello, little squirrel. Oh, there goes Squirrely. The only difference between a squirrel and a rat is a fluffy tail and a cute face. Well, there we go. I'm glad to see this path is still here. Field closed for fertilization, pesticide. Oh, look, a possum. Hello, Mr. Possum. You ever wonder what a possum looks like? There he is. Hello, possum. Look at Mr. Possum with that ratty tail. He's over there hanging out. Oh, I see people have been putting water there. They feed the animals. Okay. Neighborhood enhancement. Taking a break, I guess. Surprising how cloudy it is today. Anyway, let's see which one of the parts of the fence. Usually the part of the fence that's open is over here. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. You probably saw the last video when I was over here a few days ago, going to Aldi. All right. All right. Get out of the way before these cars come through. Guess they're trying to get through to the university and the gate's closed. Oh, this gate's open. Excellent. Okay. All right. Great. Okay. Got all the student housing over there. I don't remember where the bus stop is. I think it's that way. Again, this place is so much more filled than when I was a student here. I don't even recognize it. They don't even have a sidewalk here. This is ridiculous. You'd think that a university would at least have a sidewalk, but they don't. Well, I guess we just have to make our own, don't we? This is as good as any. This is a good way to prove that you're not inebriated. Try to ride through this gauntlet of posts. Okay. All right. Here we go. This is always fun. There's a sidewalk over here. I don't think it goes anywhere. Nope. Very typical. They want everybody to ride bike and they don't give you any place to do it. Okay, let's see if we can make it through here. They got this barrier. All right. Got a little bike path, a little sidewalk or something around the transformer. I guess they're going to build some more housing or something here. No ramp? Oh, there's one here. Okay. I kind of remember it being around here, but I could be wrong. Oh, it is strange being in a place that you went to before and now don't recognize. That's just crazy. All right. It's only so many places here. We'll find it eventually. Frost Art Museum. Must be some rich, good-for-nothing parasite with the last name of Frost. Very appropriate. Could be like Fink, like Larry Fink. All right. I think I recognize where I'm at. I see the old, I see one of the older buildings. All right. Take a shortcut through here, maybe. Do not enter. Well, that's only for cars. Bicycles can go anywhere. Smoke-free campus. With all these cars, I don't think so. Okay. That should be the entrance. The buses used to be right over here. Used to be in this area. And you know what? While we're here, let me check and see what kind of long trip buses they have. They usually have, yeah, I see a bus over there. I don't know. This is one crazy place. Okay. That's got to be the bus stop. I think so anyway. Okay. This is the entrance. All right. Yeah, this has got to be it. Academy bus. Guess that's the one that stops here, huh? I see bus benches. I don't see the main bus stop. Driving us from your vehicle. All right. Putting up some other building, probably an art gallery or something. I do not recognize this place at all. It's crazy. It really is. Wow. College of Medicine. The only thing that used to be out here was an engineering building and a control tower. Yeah, it's something else. Well, there's the Graham Center. I know where that is. Maybe that'll get me to where it is. Let's see. Okay. I don't know. Ugh. Interesting. All right. Parking lot. That is really weird. I'm gonna have to get a map to know this place. It's amazing. There's the lake. Okay, well that's 107th. Should be around here. Where is it? That's the old parking lot. And there's the student housing. That's all on 107th. All right. I guess maybe they don't have it anymore. This is crazy. So this is the Medicine, College of Medicine, Academic Health Center. Yep, everything looks totally different from what it was. See if I can get across here, maybe. And the sidewalk ends. That's nice. Well, I'll find my way out of here one way or the other. Let's see. Let's hit this parking lot. That's 107th. Is there a sidewalk here? Of course not. Oh, that one. There's one here. Then they remodeled all this student housing. When I was a student here, they didn't even have student housing. They were just building it, which is crazy. Very interesting. Get through here, get the bumps. All right. Got some solar paneled LEDs on this pedestrian light. And there's the church bells. Those are electronic, they're not actually real bells. There's one of the old buildings from the airport. Still there. Amazing. One of these, I think, used to have a garbage can factory where they made steel garbage cans. They've got it hidden well behind these palm trees. Well, that trip turned out to be a bit of a waste of time. I'm going to try to go back in through the main entrance and see. Maybe I missed something, but I have a feeling whatever bus machine they had back then is long gone. All right. The old entrance used to be where the concrete sign is, which is just up ahead. I came here many times. There's the old sign, Florida International University. And right about where that lump of dirt is, that's where the entrance was. But they moved it further up. Yep. All right. Yep, I was already there. There is no machine. Oh well, I wasted my time, but at least I got you to come along with me. Is it still working? Yes, it is. It's one of the good things about putting it upright. You can put a lot more video on there. Let's see. Yep, that's where I went. Okay. Oh well. I guess. Let's see. Okay. Actually, it's too far away. I was going to show you the bridge they were going to build, which failed. I'll do that another time.
Business right now.
All right. Wait a minute. There's buses over here. They might have moved the bus stop. Yeah, there's a bus stop right here. Okay. It may not have been a wasted trip. So here is where the buses stop. Let's see if there's a machine here. I don't see one. I see the bus bench. I do not see a machine here. I guess it's long gone. And they got all the buses coming here. Nope. Oh well. What can you do? There's nothing I can do about this. You know what? I'm thinking, let me go back the other way. I got an idea. Might be another shortcut in here. Again, this used to be the limit of the park. So I guess since they built so many buildings in FIU, they just took over the park. All right, is there an opening in the fence? That's a good question. I don't know. That's the youth fairgrounds. Very interesting. I guess FIU got this lot too. Oh, anyway. I don't see any easy way out. I guess I'll have to go beyond where the youth fair fence is. Probably get it from there. I'll tell you, these sidewalks have no easy access for people that would be handicapped. They'll fall right off of this thing. Oh, there we go. One way or the other. Let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. Might be a good shortcut. Yep, that's where I was. Frost Art Museum. All right. So this is a valid shortcut. Problem is, there's no sidewalk that connects it. This gate, I think, is closed. There never even used to be a fence here, by the way. Oh, it's open. What do you know? Awesome. So we'll go by the youth fairgrounds. Now, if you've never been to Miami-Dade County, you're probably not familiar with the Dade County Youth Fair and Exposition. Remember, all of this was Tamiami Airport. And there's a few little pieces of what was the airport left. One of the hangars, which is located over there, actually was turned into an exhibition hall. You can see they're maintaining the cell phone tower over there. I see that they have a crane. Looks like they're putting more antennas on it. There are a lot of antennas. You can probably see. Let me get this up in the air. You can probably see the cell phone tower. There's a lot of that here. Wow. This is almost an hour-long video tour, and it hasn't overheated, and it hasn't shut off. No one's going to watch all of this, but I figured some people might just kind of step through it and maybe make some comments, and that'll be good. This is the entrance to the youth fair. They did this about 20 to 30 years ago. I don't remember exactly when. It was here 25 years ago, I know that. Fair and Expo Center, gun show, Halloween event, jazz. They got all kinds of stuff here. This is sort of our neighborhood get-together place. Of course, everything there costs money. Nothing's free anymore. The parking is free out here in the park. They used to have the Ham Fest or Ham Radio flea market called the Tropical Hamboree. They had that here until maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago. Or maybe, I don't know, let's see. Might have been longer. I think 2013 may have been the last time that they had it. But anyway, back there, this is where the old hangar used to be. You can kind of see it if you look in here. They call this the Arnold Hall. These metal buildings, that's where the hangar used to be. The airplanes would be in there. They had a shop. They had all these things here. This was the old Tamiami Airport now. It has been a youth fairground since the 1970s. When I was a kid, they used to have get-togethers there. It was a very cheap place to go. It had no air conditioning, so it was really hot. But then sometime in the 90s, they put air conditioning in there, and they actually built another building to go with it. And you can see FIU off in the distance. You have your Cuban Memorial, whatever it is. You have the sign, 305, whatever. There's the park office up ahead, and the old swimming pool. Actually put a swimming pool here back in the 70s. My dad used to take me there a lot as a kid. It's one of the places I used to swim at. Of course, I stopped going to the swimming pool because as a kid, I used to get a lot of ear infections. Especially with my sinus issue, that was not a good thing. So, but anyway, we're back where we started at the Tamiami Park. You can see there's a cop car over there. I guess he's having a donut. Somebody's over there. Maybe somebody brought their pets here, so they're going to write him a ticket. Who knows? You know how the cops are. Having a donut. Very typical. Please keep our parks clean. Put trash in cans. You know, I'll never understand why anybody would even bring trash to the park. In all the years that I've gone to parks, the Wi-Fi doesn't work, by the way. Wireless internet zone, it doesn't work. Hasn't worked in 15 years at least. People have so much trash, I guess because of all the duck food that they eat, they just don't care. They put the duck food in their mouth, they throw the packages on the ground. I see Jazz in the Heights, November 8th. Okay. So all I got to do now is wait for the light to change and the walk light to come on and hopefully not get run over. On the way home, I'll stop at the Winn-Dixie, see if they have any markdown meat. Oh, look at the ducky with ducklings. Look at Mama Duck with the ducklings. Hello, duckies. Look at the duckies. They're so cute. Ducky, ducky, ducky. They're going through the culvert and go to the other side of the canal. They're so cute. I love those duckies. Anyway, I see they've got, all right, here we go. They got some pine trees and palmettos. I'm glad that they're planting more native plants. I've been trying to get in contact with the Native Plant Society. They just don't contact me back, so I don't know what's going on. In this county, they're probably bought by the developers. Anyway, when I was younger, I used to be in the Fairchild Gardens Native Plant Society, and I used to do all kinds of activities. Okay. That's right. Anyway. Hopefully it's smooth sailing. Didn't get any major rain. I'm gonna go home after I hit the Winn-Dixie and do some pressure cleaning. I'm gonna pressure clean my truck, pressure clean the old engine, at least part of it. Get the Bobcat over there. Still got the rest of the day, but kind of spent some of it this morning going through paperwork and going through junk. Before I know it, I'll be out of town. I thought I'd get this bus pass thing straightened out, but that's not happening. Anyway. Oh, lots of fun. All right. They call it Easy Card. There's a phone number they want me to call. I don't think it's really that easy. I'll just call the phone number and see how easy it is. Well, this is probably a record for me on a bike ride. This is the full experience, including a little indoor time and a little ride home time. I'm coming up on the Winn-Dixie, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off before my camera overheats and I run out of space or whatever else happens. And hopefully the audio was acceptable with all the wind that we had. And I didn't really talk about anything, but that's okay. Nobody has to watch. Maybe they won't. I do have to admit, I almost feel like I have somebody coming along with me on the ride. One thing about city riding I tell people, don't be impatient. The moment that you're impatient is probably the moment that you're going to be a statistic. Try to anticipate what the drivers are going to do because they could do anything, and when it's bicycle versus car, car wins. Now here's an example of something very, very dangerous. Someone did some work here and look at what they put. They put a piece of rebar. Now this is right by the road. If somebody hits this thing, this could impale somebody. That's a liability right there. But the problem is trying to prove who did it is almost impossible. Who are you going to sue? Well, in this town, probably a car will run it over anyway. So, before I wrap this up, I just want to tell everybody I hope that you're having a great week. It's Thursday afternoon. There's still a bit of the day left, and hopefully tomorrow's Friday, and most people will be eager to face the weekend, take time off from their job, maybe spend time with their family, and do something that you like to do instead of doing what other people want you to do. That's great. All right. Oh yeah, the road's still closed. Oh, somebody almost had a big bang. In this town, you never know what these people are going to do. That's why I like to stand behind these metal poles. At least they'll have to go through a steel pole before they hit me. It's one of the reasons I don't ride fast. It is just too dangerous. Anyway, you can see in a couple of months they've gone, what, 1,000 feet with this pipe? I think they leak test it as they go along. When I worked for a company where we were putting in utilities, we used to leak test everything. There's a rusted, rotted out foosball table. Someone's closing the fire hydrant. They were filling the truck with water. I know they spray water down to keep the dust down. Well, they're still working over there. It's not 4 o'clock yet, so I see them over there with skid steer. All right. Okay. Yep, they got a lot of equipment, but not a lot of workers. One guy there, one guy there. Why would they park the truck there where the skid steer is? That's just stupid. One wrong move and you got a damaged truck. Okay. There goes school. I guess school's out already. Can't even tell what time it is when the sun isn't out. There's some pretty big, look like 48-inch pipes. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a cushion. Thought maybe it was a suitcase. Well, if anybody needs any pipe joints and heavy hardware and rubber seals, there's a whole bunch of them here, along with threaded rods. That's funny. Oh well. Oh, my goodness. Well, here I am at the Winn-Dixie. I'm going to go ahead and cross the street. I'm going to shut this down, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.